Hello everyone, I hope this video finds you well. So today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial using all Body Shop products. I have expanded my kit since I've last done a makeup video, so we're going to be doing a fuller coverage look and we're going to be experimenting a little bit with colour. So to prime my face I use the Hemp Heavy-Duty Face Moisturiser. As well as the moisturiser, this is a great base for makeup, for priming your skin to ensure your makeup stays on all day. I'm going to start off with my foundation. I'm going to use two foundations, so I'm going to be using the Fresh Nude and the Matte Clay foundation. So I love Matte Clay because it's got tea tree in it, so it stops you from breaking out when you're wearing foundation. The two foundations are different coverage, so this is a medium to light coverage, this is a full coverage. So by mixing them together it gives a perfect base coverage for me. So I'm just going to add a little bit of them together, mix them on the back of my hand and apply it all over my face, and then I'm just going to stipple it on with a beauty blender. This is a dry beauty blender. But if you want a sheerer coverage, you can use a damp beauty blender instead. So I'm just going to dab that all round. Then for me personally, I found that if I really want my base to look really seamless, I take a wet beauty blender. I say wet, it's probably slightly damp, and I just go over a tiny bit. And it just presses the makeup further into the skin. So for under my eyes, I've got really dark bags at the moment because I hardly get any sleep, so I want a concealer that's going to cover under there as well as and rich under my eyes as well. So I'm going to be using the Body Shop Lightening Touch. This as well as an under eye concealer has got eye cream in it, so it's perfect for throughout the day for getting rid of those bags. And I'm going to be taking my dry beauty blender and just dabbing that into the skin, and it just brightens under the eye a little bit, and you'll notice the difference throughout the day of how awake you look. I'm going to be taking my pre-made eyeshadow palette. I absolutely love this. I made it myself. I think it's so pretty. So I'm going to be taking this goldy shade, which is 115 Aztec Gold to start with, on a fluffy eyeshadow brush by the Body Shop. And I'm just going to be taking that gold all over the lid and just into the tear duct as well. This would be perfect on green and blue eyes like I've got. Okay, so then I'm going to be taking a pinky shade, which is 125, and again just putting that into the crease, just defining the crease a tiny bit, just brightening it up a little tiny bit. Okay, so we're going to go in with a bit of a daring colour now. So I'm just going to take my colour stick in gold and I'm just going to apply that on the lid, but only on the lid. I'm just going to draw it. You can use these on their own, they come in 4 different colours, or you can use them to make the colour of eyeshadows pop a little bit more. So I'm just going to take a little flat brush and I'm going to take the green colour that I've picked in my palette, which is 605. And I'm just going to start by packing that onto the lid. Oh my god, how green is this? I love it. How lovely. I love it. It's so pigmented. So that's my green. I'm then going to take my brush that I used to apply the gold, and I'm just going to start to fluff that out. So just going to buff that so there's no harsh lines. And as you can see, the green fades, but it just blends everywhere and it looks gorgeous. So I'm going to do the same with the other side. The whole idea that actually you can make your own palette, like customise your own palette, is perfect for me because I always end up buying an eyeshadow palette that It's really expensive, but actually, you know, half the shades in there I won't ever use and half of them I will, so this is perfect. So I'm just going to touch the green a tiny bit, and I'm just going to join it into the crease a little bit, just build up that crease colour a little bit more. We also do other bright colours, so we do like blue, and we do a bright red. Let's clear up under the eyes a tiny bit. So we do red, we do blue, we do purple, which is amazing. I've got green eyes, so I know purple is going to look absolutely stunning. So I'm just clearing up underneath, and then I'm going to take my concealer and take it into a little subtle wing. So I'm going to be taking the golden shade again on a little flat brush, and I'm just going to be taking this and running it under my eye, just the tiniest bit, just to give me a little bit of colour under the eye. So I'm going to be taking the clay matte powder, and I'm going to start setting my face. So I'm just going to take it under my eyes to set under there. And I'm going to set it any places that I get oily. So my T-zone, my chin, and around my nose. And again, this has got tea tree in it, so it's not going to clog your pores up. So I'm going to contour now. I'm going to start bronzing my face. This is the Honey Bronzer. This is in shade number 1. And I always take my bronzer in a figure of 3. So I'll take it across the forehead, down the cheekbones, make sure you're connecting it up, and then down the chin. So you're doing 3 down there and a 3 there. And it just gives you a really gorgeous bronzy look. Again, with bronzer, make sure you are blending it out so it doesn't look patchy. The thing I love about this Honey Bronzer is that it's matte bronzer, so everything that you use with it is gonna come take it back. So also with bronzer, if you use a matte bronzer and you contour, it takes everything back, and then everything you add light to, so everything you highlight, brings the feature forward. So I am just going to take a little bit down my nose, because I want to take that back because I've got quite a bit big schnozzle. Let's go on to add a bit more bronzer. This is the Golden Bronze. It's so gorgeous, and this is the first time I'm using this, so I'm excited to see what it's like. Wow. So it's quite pigmented, so if you don't like, you don't need a lot. Quite pigmented, so you do not need a lot. As you can see, I've added quite a bit, but that's okay, because we can blend it out after with a bit of powder. That is amazing. It's such an amazing colour. I can imagine that if you are really lovely and bronzed and glowing from your holiday, that is going to be a fantastic bronzer. So I'm just going to add a bit of powder to that, just to take it down, because as you can see, it's quite bright on my skin, considering I'm quite pale. But that's okay, because you could just take powders down just with a bit of translucent powder. To add a bit of blusher, I'm going to be adding the Shimmer Waves in the shade Blush. This is gorgeous because it's got a bit of shimmer to it. So it's really nice, and it's subtle as well. And these are very similar to the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Bricks. So if you know what I'm on about with them, this is very similar. So I'm just going to spoolie my brows, just brush through them. Now, a tip I can give you with brows is that the easier they are to fill in is if you get them done quite regularly. So I use the 3-in-1 brow sculpt. I only use the pencil end. It also comes with a brow gel and a brow powder, but for me personally, I just prefer to use the pencil. And I like really light brows. I don't like really drawn on penciled brows. That's just not the look that I personally like to go for, but it's completely up to you. So I use the shade Dark Brown with the brow pencil, but personally I feel like I could go to medium brown because it is quite dark. I have got quite dark hair, but I just feel like it is quite a dark shade. And then with your brows, always make sure, again, you blend them, you brush them through, because they'll look so much better. And even if you brush them. Okay, so for mascara, I'm going to be curling my lashes with the Body Shop eyelash curlers. Now, I always curl my lashes, so I curl them by clipping them in and moving the eyelash curler up and down. If you really want your eyelashes to get a nice curl, just curl them with some eyelash curlers. Okay, let's go on to mascara. This is the Fibre Lash Mascara in the colour black. So we're going to start by taking the mascara end and we're just going to coat all the lashes. Now, I have to admit, before I use this, I used really expensive Benefit mascaras, and they were the mascaras I could only find that would really work with my lashes and really make them look nice, I guess. And then I got this for free, and I thought, oh well, it's free, so I'll give it a go. So I'm just going to add the fibres now, and I'll give it a go, see what it's like. I was worried that the fibres would drop down. I was worried about all sorts, to be honest. With this mascara, I just didn't really want to try it. I don't really like trying other mascaras other than Benefit. But I'm completely converted. I love it. So that's with the fibres. And then you just go back in and cover them with mascara. We're going to go in on the other side, and we're going to take the mascara. Now, all I can say to you is that you must make sure you cover every lash. So spend a little bit of time. Like when I used to do normal mascara, I used to literally spend a minute just brush it up and down. But I've learned that if you take a bit more time and cover them all, it lasts a bit longer and it just looks a bit better. We're going to do highlight now, so I'm going to use the Honey Dome in highlight shade, and it smells amazing, and I'm just going to add some highlight to my face. This is like a wet to powder formula. Take a little bit on my finger, go over the tear duct, go over the Cupid's bow, just go above the eyebrow, just to lift the eyebrow up a little bit. So if you don't have as much of a natural arch, just add a little bit of highlighter above it. So let's go in with a powder highlight now. If you don't want to do both powder and cream product, obviously you do not have to. I just personally like doing both because I love that quite bold look. So I'm just going to be taking the powder highlight. Again, this is really subtle but so lovely. Down the nose. And then on my finger, I'm just going to take it on the inside of my eye. And by taking it on the inside, it's just going to open the eye up. And then I'm just going to take it a little bit under the arch again to lift that eye up. In terms of finishing off the eyes, I'm going to take a nude eye pencil, warm it up on the back of my hand a little bit, and I'm going to take it on the waterline, and this is just going to open my eye up. If you put black on there, sometimes it looks really lovely, but sometimes it closes your eye up, and that is not what we want. We want really like bright, wide open eyes. So I'm just going to add a little bit of a nude pencil. You can also add a white, but nude is a bit more subtle. And then I'm just going to take mascara on the bottom lashes. I'm going to do my lips now. So I'm going to first take my matte lip liquid. This is in Windsor Rose. I just add a tiny bit of moisturiser. This is in Windsor Rose. This is the most popular lip colour we do. It's an amazing nude, all skin tones. And it doesn't need a lip liner either. This is perfect for day and night. Love it. And then I'm going to add a lip gloss. So this is in the shade Sugar Glaze. And if you like quite big lips, this is a perfect shade. So I'm going to take it only on the inside of my lips, so the top and the bottom, pat them together, and it just makes your lips look a little bit brighter and a little bit fuller. So I'm just going to finish off with the Rose Dewy Glow Face Mist. Now I've come to the end of mine, that's probably like the last juice I'm going to get out of it, but basically if you've got lots of powder on your face, it breaks the powder up, it stops it looking really chalky, really cakey, and it's amazing face makeup setter. So that is the finished makeup look. I love it. It's something so different for me, but I really love it. I really think it looks so nice. What do we all think? Do we like it? Put me some comments in the down bar below. If anyone wants their makeup done, please pop me a message. Like, I will come for free and do your makeup because I love doing it so much. But yeah, this is, let's zoom out, the finished look. I hope you all like it, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you so much for watching.